Welcome to Counters. In this lesson, we're going to be looking at material quantity variance. And we're continuing with our lesson on standard costing. We have done the other lessons as well. You'll find the links to those lessons in the description below. Lessons like the material price variance and many more. So what is material quantity variance? Well, first of all, we have been mentioning what standard cost is, and it is a predetermined target cost that provides a benchmark against which to measure actual performance. We've gone into this in great detail in our other lessons. We say that the difference between the actual costs and standard costs is called the variance. The variance could either be favorable or unfavorable, and our job is to calculate and determine whether a cost is favorable or unfavorable. The material quantity variance is the difference between the actual quantity of material used at standard price and the standard quantity of material allowed at standard price. Very important. You can see I have highlighted in red that it's the actual material or quantity used at standard price and the standard quantity of material allowed at standard price. So they are both at standard price. So you're looking at the difference between your actual quantity at standard price and your standard quantity at standard price. So what does the formula for the material quantity variance look like? Well, here it is. It's the standard quantity minus the actual quantity, and you multiply that answer by the standard price. So always remember that you take the standard quantity, you deduct the actual quantity, and then you multiply it by the standard price. Obviously, the way we've ordered this formula means that if your answer comes out as a negative, then you know that it's unfavorable, and if it comes out as a positive, then you know that it's favorable. Now, how do you get your standard quantity? That's a question that students usually wonder or usually battle with. Well, it's a very easy one. Our standard quantity is calculated by taking the actual units produced and you multiply that by the standard material quantity per unit. So you look at the units that you actually produced and you multiply that by the standard material quantity per unit. And you'll see how that works now as we look at a few examples. Now, very important, remember, after you do your calculation, you have to determine whether it's favorable or unfavorable. So here is how you know whether it's favorable or unfavorable. If the actual quantity is less than the standard quantity, the variance is favorable. And why is that? Because we will have used less material than the company allowed. So if you use less quantity than the company allowed or than is the norm, then you will have a favorable variance. So always remember that. And if the actual quantity is more than the standard quantity, the variance is unfavorable. Why? Because you will have used more than was allowed or than is the norm for the business. I hope it's making sense here. So let's take a look at a few examples and see how you calculate the material quantity variance. Here's our first example. We are told that the standard cost of material for Malva pudding was 2 kg per unit at 7 Rand per kg. During the period, 9,300 kg of material was purchased at 6 Rand 50 cents per kg. And then we are also told that 6,200 units were produced using 11,160 kg of material. Now remember, when you're calculating your material quantity variance, you're concerned with how much was used for production. You're not concerned with the purchase price or how many was purchased. That is for the material price variance. And we have looked at that before. So we are asked here to calculate the material quantity variance. Now, what is our formula again for the material quantity variance? Well, here it is. It's the standard quantity minus the actual quantity, and you multiply that by the standard price. And how do we get our standard quantity? Before we calculate our standard quantity, you can see here our actual quantity we are already given. Remember, it's the kgs, not the units. We are given here 11,160 kg. That is our actual quantity. We are also given our standard price, which is the 7 Rand per kg, and that's what we were told the standard cost of material for Malva pudding was. So what is the standard quantity? Remember, we had showed the formula for that before, and here it is again. Our standard quantity is the actual units produced multiplied by the standard material quantity per unit. So here's how it looks. Our actual units produced. How many units did we produce? Well, we're told here that we produced 6,200 units because we're told that 6,200 units were produced using 11,160 kg of material. So we know that we produce 6,200 units. That is the actual units produced. and multiply that by the standard material quantity per unit. Well, in other words, how much material are we expected or did we anticipate to use for each unit? Well, we're given here, we are told the standard cost of material for malva pudding was 2 kg per unit. So we anticipated to use 2 kg for each unit that we produced. So we're going to take our actual units produced, which is the 6,200, and multiply that by the standard material quantity per unit, which is the 2 kg. And how much does that give us? It gives us 12,400 kg. What does it mean? It means that according to our company, we were supposed to use 12,400 kg to produce the 6,200 units. Now let's calculate the variance. Well, we know that it's the standard quantity, which we have just calculated, the 12,400 kg, and then we minus the actual quantity, which is the 11,160, and then we multiply that by the standard price of 7 rand. And our answer here is 8,680 rand, and that is favorable. And why is that favorable again? Well, if you punch it into your calculator, it comes out as a positive. That's why it's favorable. But in actual sense, why is it favorable? It's because the actual quantity that we used to produce the 6,200 units were less than what we expected to use. That means we saved some material. That is why it's favorable. I hope it's making sense here. Now let's look at our second example for you to test your knowledge of what we have been doing on the material quantity variance. Well, here's our second example. Now what I want you to do here is to try and calculate the material quantity variance before you look at my solution. So what I want you to do is to pause the video here and attempt it yourself, and then you can continue and compare your answer to mine to gauge how your understanding is of calculating the material quantity variance. You can go ahead and do that. I hope you have done that. Now let's look at the material quantity variance. What's the formula? Well, here it is. It's the standard quantity minus the actual quantity times the standard price. Now, what is our standard quantity here? Well, we are not given. We'll have to calculate it again. So what is our actual quantity? Our actual quantity is the 450 kg. And we are told here that during the period, 450 kg of material was used to make 1,500 units of product D. So we're given the actual quantity that we used, which is the 450 kg, and we multiply that by the standard price. What is our standard price? Well, if we read on top here, it says a standard quantity of 0.25 kg of material at a standard price of 3 rand per kg is allowed for the production of 1 unit of product D. So the standard price is given here, it's 3 rand. So we'll multiply it by the 3 rand. Now let's get our standard quantity. Remember the formula for the standard quantity? We take the actual units produced multiplied by the standard material quantity per unit. And what is our actual units that we produce? Well, we were told here that during the period we made 1,500 units of product D. So that is our actual units. Remember, we use the units and not the kgs. So we take the 1,500 units and we multiply that by the standard material quantity per unit. How much material did we anticipate or did we expect to use for each unit? Well, we're told here a standard quantity of 0.25 kg of material is allowed. So that means we expected to use 0.25 kg of material to produce 1 unit. So we take the actual unit, which is the 1,500, and we multiply it by the standard material quantity per unit, which is 0.25 kg. And what do we get? We get 375 kg. That is our standard quantity. So what is our material quantity variance? Well, now that we have our standard quantity, which is 375, we take that minus the actual quantity of 450, and then we multiply that by 3 rand standard price. And what do we get? We get 225 rand unfavorable. And that is our variance. Now, why is it unfavorable again? Well, if you punch it into your calculator, it came out as a negative. That's how you'd easily know that it's unfavorable. But for you to explain why it would be unfavorable, you can see here that we actually used more material than we expected or than we planned for. For 1,500 units that we produced, we should have used 375 kg according to our standard, which was 0.25 per kg. But what did we end up doing? We ended up using 450 kg to produce the 1,500. units. That means we used more than we should have used. Now, if you're asked what are the possible reasons for this, well, it could be a number of reasons. It could be that our production equipment, like our machinery, is not performing optimally, or it's not performing as well as it should have. Or it could be that we had some wastages. We didn't do our production efficiently. We wasted some of the kgs during the production. Another reason could be that we had substandard material. That means we had material of very low quality, and that is why we ended up using more than we should have used. Now, obviously, the inverse would have been true if it was favorable, that we had very good quality material, or our machinery is performing optimally, or even our production team is doing a very good job in making sure that they're efficient in their production. That is if it was favorable. So that is how you would answer that question as to why it should be favorable or unfavorable. I hope this lesson has made sense. And as usual, if you have gained value from this lesson, please subscribe to our channel, like this video, and share it to those you think it might help. And remember, if you require further lessons to take a look at your material and go through it with you, remember that we offer one-on-one lessons for that. You'll find our contact information in the description below if you'd like to book a session. Till next time, cheers.